welcome to another video. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird, you guys. I've not been feeling well. I've been feeling kind of under the weather, but I'm doing my best for you guys. So today we're coloring in the drawing that I inked on Monday. I said I would color it this week and I stuck to it, you guys. We're actually coloring this on sticker paper. I don't know the brand. I could probably figure it out, but I'm lazy and I don't want to go look for it. But it's sticker paper just because I was like, let's just try it out. I wanted to see if the sticker paper that I bought, it's technically label paper. It's for labels, but I wanted to see if it took markers well enough so that way I can like start sticking things into my sketchbook. Oh my god, you guys, it takes markers so well. It takes markers so well, you guys, like so beautifully. I mean, the blending could probably be a little bit better on it, but I realized that when I was coloring it in, I was like, okay, if I overblend this, it's not gonna look good. So I just didn't do that, and honestly, I think it turned out pretty good, you guys, pretty good. I'm like worried about it not sticking. And you'll see at the end of the video if it sticks or not. Yeah, I like it a lot, you guys. I mean, this drawing probably could be better. I probably should have lightened the sketch before I printed it out on this paper. But I did not. I was not thinking about it, you guys. After I printed it out, I was like, oh, I probably should lighten this because initially I thought that once I colored it, it would pretty much cover up the pink. It does not, you guys. It doesn't cover up the pink at all. I mean, in some places where it's like really dark, like her shirt and like her hair is going to be purple, it covers up the pink pretty well on those areas, but like her face, which is not dark, it's like sort of kind of mid-tone, I guess. It's not like super pale, but it's yeah, it does not cover up the pink at all on her face or her hands. And so I was like, fuck, I should have lightened the sketch a lot more before I printed it out. But you know what, it's fine. It's not super big deal. I mean, I kind of like the way it looks. I think the only place where I really don't like is near her mouth. There's like one spot near her mouth that's like super like comes out like a line like straight from the bottom of her mouth. I don't know where the fuck that line came from. But yeah, it's sort of kind of bothering me a lot. It sort of kind of gives a sort of sketchy sort of look that I am used to having in some of my older sketchbooks, because before I would like draw really hard with pink pencil and then I wouldn't be able to erase it just because I drew so hard. And so it kind of reminds me of that. It's just it doesn't blend out as much as those because that was colored pencil, and so the marker sort of kind of like melts the colored pencil, but this is ink from my printer, so it doesn't really melt in the same way, so it's a lot more defined. If I ever end up scanning this, which I doubt it, but if I ended up scanning this, I could go ahead and like fix it digitally, but honestly, you guys, I just stuck it in my sketchbook, and it's fine in my sketchbook. But you'll see that at the end, I actually had a lot of fun. I figured I would show you guys me sticking it in my sketchbook because it is technically a sticker. And so I always show you guys sticking stickers in my sketchbook, so we stuck it in my sketchbook. We'll see that at the end though. When it came to the coloring of this though, I tried to get the colors as similar to the old one as possible. I showed you guys the old one last week, so I'm not going to show it again. But I think the colors are pretty similar. Like initially I was gonna go with different colors for the eyes, different greens. I was gonna use more of the greens I typically use, which are a little bit more on the bluish side of green, but then I remembered that the eyes in the initial drawing were actually on the more yellow side of green than blue, and so I was like, oh, I have to use those, and so I used those today just to get the colors as similar as I could. I don't exactly remember all of the colors I used initially, but I guesstimated as much as I could from what I remembered. I probably should have looked at the drawing again, but I didn't. But I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember what I used on this because I looked at it last week, and so I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what colors I used on this one. So yeah, here you see me coloring the eyes. I did the eyes a little bit differently today. You guys know usually I keep the pupil pretty small, just in general. I don't know. I was thinking about keeping it really small, and so today it was actually really large because I kept it in the sketch. I didn't erase that part in the sketch. So I was like, I guess I kind of have to color it in, and so I kind of like the way it looks. I kind of wish like the little white eye shine in the center was a little bit bigger, which you guys will see at the end, but yeah, I feel like it kind of, I mean, it shows the direction that the eyes are facing, but I don't know, something about it just bothers me a little bit. Oh, and also, I fucked it up, you guys. When I was lining this, I looked at the hand, and as I was coloring this, I was like, I forgot one of the fingers. People are gonna be like, this is AI, because she only has 3 fucking fingers. So I had to add that in real quick, and also I fucked up on other areas, and so I don't want people to be like, it was AI. I mean, it's obviously not AI. My art's not, I hate to say it, my art's not good enough to be AI, but AI does steal from some really good artists, so yeah, but I'm not a very good artist, you guys, so this is obviously not AI, and you saw me sketch it and you see me color it now. I just forgot to line the fucking fingers. Like the sketch is there for the fingers. I mean, the fingers are really skinny and like too small in that area anyway, but I sketched them in there. I just forgot to line them, so just had to go back and fix that really quick. And yeah, I really don't have too much to say about it past that. I mean, I really did enjoy color on this not marker paper, on this sticker paper or label paper, whatever you want to call it. I guess it probably took markers really well because it's actually pretty thin sticker paper. Most marker papers are actually pretty thin. I mean, some certain artists like to work on thicker paper. Like, I like to work on thicker paper personally. For markers, I just like it better that way. But this one, also because thinner paper, the marker seeps in really fast, and you gotta like go like super duper fast when you're like trying to blend it. And also, if it's thin paper, sometimes the marker really pools and it can like spread across the paper, and it can make it like bleed out. And I don't like that shit. I don't like that. So this is also probably have to work with when the paper's like really thin, and it just like sits on the paper sometimes. And that happened here a little bit. Like, you guys can kind of see if you look closely. You can see like when I put the marker down, it looks really really wet. And the markers, I did not fill them up or anything. They were just like normally just how they sit on my freaking, what's it called, on my shelf. Like, I did not fill them up for this or anything. They were already filled up, and not like freshly or anything. So they didn't have like marker sitting in there, like, sorry, not marker, ink sitting in there like ready to go. It's just the paper was so thin that it was like starting to pool a little bit. And generally I don't like that sort of thing, but it worked out here because I kind of could tell from when I was working with it. I was like, okay, I kind of see what the issue is with this paper. I'm not really an issue. Like I said, I feel like it takes the markers really well, and it looks really nice, you guys. Like, in person, I'm like, wow, it looks so pretty, and the colors look pretty vibrant. I mean, in this video it looks pretty vibrant. It's gonna look a little bit less vibrant when I actually stick it in my sketchbook, but in real life it looks really nice, you guys. And so I feel like I would probably recommend this paper if you're like wanting to like just color on sticker paper with markers. I should probably find the brand for you guys, but I don't want to like, push marker paper on you guys. If you guys want to know, you can ask me in the comments and I'll freaking put it in there, so that way you guys know what the paper was. But yeah, I don't know, I don't want to like shill for it. What if it like actually really sucks and other people are like, this is terrible, and it's just me that likes it, you know what I mean? So yeah, there are just two things that I think I really don't like about how this drawing came out. First and foremost, the noodles. I don't think I did the noodles very well, you guys. They're supposed to be udon. Originally, they were ramen, so it was okay for them to be a little bit more yellow. But since I drew them so thick, I was like, I guess it's technically udon now. And udon is like pretty much just white, you guys. It's like a cloudy sort of white, and like a milky sort of white. And these are like super hella yellow. I mean, I guess they could just be like really thick ramen noodles, but I don't think so, you guys. I just think I miscolored them. And honestly, I did not test out the colors before I colored in those noodles. I was like, this will work, and I just went in straight for it. I just feel like the shadows on them are not very good. Well, it's fine. It's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world, you know what I mean? They look like noodles, and that's pretty much all that matters. So I'm not going to beat myself too much over that. What I am sort of going to beat myself up about is the mouth. I was not thinking about it, you guys. When I got to the end of the mouth, originally in the drawing, her mouth is like red inside, which makes sense, right? Because the inside of your mouth is pretty red or pink. And so I just made the inside of her mouth red in the original drawing. And then I had not had a marker picked out for that this time, and so I was like going into the mouth with a black marker, and I was gonna color that in, and I started doing it, and I was like, oh no, this looks fucking terrible. This looks really bad. It looks really bad. And so I went and quick got like a red and pink marker to do the inside of her mouth, but it was too late. Like, the edges of her mouth look really dark and like weird and like gross, and I hate it a lot. The inside of your mouth is not all black like that. Like, there's shadow in there, obviously, because it's like inside, it's like a cavern, but it should be a little bit more pink than that, you guys. I mean, it might be even a little bit too vibrant, because I should have went over it with like gray or something to like dim it down, but I wasn't thinking about that. And so I'm like, the mouth looks crazy weird, you guys. And I can't even color it because it'll like seep through the paper, and I stuck it on the back of a page that had like stuff on it already, so I can't even color it in. But it's fine. We live and we learn, you guys. There are worse things than messing up the mouth. You know, the mouth is sort of kind of the focal point because she's eating the fucking ramen, but it's fine, you guys. It's fine. It took me quite a bit of time, you guys. It took me about 30 to 40 minutes to color this in, which is not that long. It's a little long, you guys, but it's not super long. For me anyway. Like I said, I did make this a lot smaller than the original was. Like I said, the original was like an 8.5 by 11, and I colored the full page, and I was like, I cannot do that today. I can't do it. So I made it a lot smaller. I don't actually know how big it is, because originally I sketched it out on A4 size paper, like digitally, and then I just shrunk it inside of the inside of the digital drawing, and just made it smaller. So I actually have no idea how big this is, but it's a little bit smaller than that. I mean, it's like it can't be that big. I don't know. I can't remember, you guys. I don't know. I have no idea. I just need to make it smaller, because whenever I try to like print things out on 8.5 by 11 for like sticker paper, it like cuts off the edges, so I had to make it really small, because Not really small, but smaller than normal because the sticker paper has like the edges are weird of it, so it wouldn't have worked out if I printed it the full size of the sticker paper. I don't know why, you guys. But yeah, like I said, I had a lot of fun doing this. I'm running out of things to talk about because this video is longer than I thought it was gonna be, and my head hurts really bad and I don't feel very well. But we're gonna persevere, you guys. The straps of her shirt are white, so I just added a little bit of shading. Honestly, I use the same shading I used for her eyes, even though your eyeballs, they're not white, you guys. They're actually sort of kind of yellow. And sometimes you can use like gray in there. But yeah, your eyeballs are not white. I don't know. Look at yourself sometimes, you guys. That makes me sound like I'm accusing you. Guys, look at yourselves. But like, yeah, if you look, your eyes are not really white. I don't know why we call it that. I guess just surrounded by the other features of your face, they look white in comparison, but they're actually not really white at all. So honestly, I probably should try to like color them in like a gray sort of color, or like maybe like a light yellow. But I just like to leave them white, you guys. I don't know why. I've tried to do it the other way, where you like add like some gray in there, and I'm like, no, I don't want to. Honestly, if I did that, the whites of the eyes, like when I add like the highlights and shit, they would stand out a lot more, to be honest. But I'm lazy, and I don't want to do that, and I don't like the way it looks. So maybe I'll try it in a different video for you guys, but I doubt it. I don't like the way it looks. Personally, for me, when other people do it, I'm like, that looks really nice. When I do it, I'm like, you're such an idiot. Why do you think that you can make that look nice? Although it has been a while since I last tried it, you guys, so maybe I should just go ahead and do that and just try it out. Maybe I'll do that in like a little spot in my sketchbook, but we'll see. And then I went ahead and colored in her shirt. Honestly, the shadow color I picked for the shirt was C9. And then the base color was C7, and only that's not enough difference. You can barely see like that I put shadows in there. Actually, I don't even think you can really see that I put shadows in there at all, to be honest, but that's fine. You know what I will say about my past self? I kind of popped off with this color palette, you guys. Do you want to know why? Because it's got a very good mix of like warm and cool tones in ways that draw your eyes to different areas. So the skin is very warm. I use like YRs and stuff, which are like yellow reds, but basically they're pretty much just yellows, like yellowish, like orangish yellows. And it makes the skin look very warm. And then for the hair is a very cool toned purple, and so that makes it stand out against the skin. It makes the skin look warmer and like the hair look cooler. And then the eyes are a very warm colored green, and so it also stands out. And since it's the opposite of green and yellow, right? Not opposite, sorry, they're like complementary colors or whatever. Green and yellow. Well, that's not true. What am I saying, you guys? I think I have a fever. My head hurts really bad. But yeah, the purple and the green stand out against each other really well. Right, and so it's a cool purple, and then it's a warm green, and then the warm orange of her skin stands out against the hair, and the eyes stand out against the hair, and then the shirt is a cool gray, which stands out against the skin, and it stands out against the eyes. And I just feel like it really just lets your eyes like bounce all over. And then I guess the noodles too are a very warm color on top of the what's it called, the gray of the shirt, and so your eyes just like feel like they just bounce all over, and there's like everything to look at. I just feel like it goes together really well. You don't really think that green and black and purple and sort of kind of yellow would go well together, or like orange yellow would go together, but they do really well, you guys. Just try out different color combinations. I feel like I don't do a lot of color stuff anymore, which is true, I really don't. But when I was really into like coloring, I was really trying to get like complementaries and like stuff that looked like it was contrasting a little bit more. I wasn't really good at it because I didn't really add a lot of different values, which is unfortunate. But I was trying to get most of like the value from the piece from the color selection, which is not really what you're supposed to do. You're trying to figure out different values, but trying to like fudge it a little bit with like the temperature of the color, sometimes that helps it out a little bit, you guys. Like I said, I feel like the temperatures of this color of this piece are really good, and so it makes your eyes like kind of go like all over the place. But that's just how I feel about it. I just went ahead and colored in the background green too, because that's what it was originally, and also it helps stand out against the purple of her hair too. You know, it's just put it all together, you guys, and it'll be pretty good. I just added the highlights. You know how I gotta put the highlights under the eyes, in the eyes, on the cheeks, on the nose. You guys know how I feel about my little cute little heart highlights. The highlight in the eye is really big because I drew it in already, and so I was like, let's just fill it in, I guess. And it's really big, you guys. I don't really normally draw them that big, but it kind of adds to her expression. She's like super fucking excited to eat this ramen or this udon or whatever. She's really excited to eat these noodles, and so I felt like having the eye highlight, just leaving it really big like that, I feel like it would turn out good, and I feel like I like it. I feel like she looks really excited to eat these noodles, but you guys can let me know if that's true or not. And then you see me just add the little white highlights to the eyes. I just feel like those are a little bit too small. But yeah, that's the whole piece, you guys. We're just going to go ahead and stick it in my sketchbook now, so I hope you enjoyed the process so far. Moment of truth, you guys. It's time to see if it's actually still sticky. So I peeled up a little bit of it, and it still feels pretty sticky. Was that satisfying for you guys? Here's the marker bleed, just so I have like a record of it. Because you guys know how much I love a marker bleed. So we're just gonna stick her right here. Oh yeah, you guys, I'm gonna have to do this a lot more. This is very satisfying for me. Look at that! She's stuck in there! Oh my god, I love that a lot. I kinda wanna see if it's, you see the marker bleed on the other side. No, you don't, so it's kind of tragic, but it kinda looks nice. And honestly, I really like the effect that this marker paper, like this Skipper paper, I really like the way markers look on it. So I'm probably gonna have to do this again. This was a lot of fun. Okay, thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. I'll go ahead and see you in the next one. Bye.